Now listen, Mother, if I've told you once, I've told you a million times. I'm not having fish fingers. It is chicken nuggets or you're out. Damn parents, riding me all the time. Think they know best. Oh, hello. My name is Damien Derrick Darcy Dashwood, and welcome to my show, the review games of the future by someone from the past, reviewing games today for you from yesterday for tomorrow. Whenever you watch this, you might watch this in a week, you might watch it in a month, but it's basically reviewing a game, okay? So now we've got that out of the way, if I said to you, I enjoyed being a 16-year-old boy, dressing in tight spandex, stop thinking, because I know you are, and I enjoy shooting goo everywhere, you might think, that guy's a bit of a deviant, a bit of a, mismatched kind of guy. But no, I'm talking about Spiderman on the PS4. Spiderman itself was a character concepted a while ago of a young teenage boy who gets bitten by a spider. Now, I feel quite sorry for spiders because, yes, he's a Spiderman. Spiderman does whatever a spider can. But can a spider do what he can? Let's have a quick look. Spiders cannot drive cars. Spiders cannot go on dates with hot girls. I'm not saying they shouldn't, I'm just saying they don't. Spiders can't build houses. Okay? All of these things Peter Parker could probably do all on his own. So I see that a bit unfair. But hey, I don't write the bloody games, I just review them. The game itself was created by a company called Insomniac. Now, the kind of irony there is I've lost so much sleep playing this game because it is so addictive, okay? So I want to give you my own special gist of what this game is all about. So it's set in New York City, which for those of you who don't know is in America, which is the United States of America. 51 states, although 50 states and one's a... Anyway, we don't need to go there. Well, you can go there if you want. It's a nice place, you go to Idaho. Lovely. Go to Nebraska. Hawaii is part of America, so go there, get the hula skirts off, do a little dance. Lovely. I forgot where I was now. I'm in a chair. That's where I am. Sorry. So the game itself revolves around Peter Parker. Peter Parker is working with a guy called Dr. Octavius, who considers himself some kind of genius, but I think he's just a normal, average to higher intelligence kind of guy. He's no Dashwood, but he's clever. And he's making all these appendages that people can put on themselves, like arms and legs for people who've had missing limbs. So it's all for a good cause, right? And he's making all of these things so you can wear a backpack and you have all of these arms come out of your back like this, not just two, but like up there, there, and there. So you get 8 altogether. So he coincidentally becomes Dr. Octopus, so I think he gets his name from all of their limbs, which is great. The game starts off with Peter Parker as Spider-Man, taking down the notorious underworld criminal gangster that is known as Kingpin. A rather large chap. I don't want to shame the poor guy. It might be hereditary, I don't know. But he's taken down, sent into jail and sent off to the Raft. The Raft itself is a specially made prison for naughty people and criminals, but more superhero kind of criminals. So somebody who's just stolen a Mars bar, they wouldn't go to the Raft. They'd just get a slap on the wrist and I'll be sent, not me, I didn't steal it, it wasn't me, it just fell in my pocket. So the Raft houses these people, but it's in the middle of the lake next to New York City, so I think security could be an issue. There's a guy there who he might escape, he might climb up a ladder or punch through a wall. He could just swim across, He has that choice. He could, no one's going to stop him. It could be a little doggy paddle, like this. That's doggy paddle, isn't it? Yes. Breaststroke, he could do one of those, or if he wanted to, he could go on his back like this and just go backstroke, do whatever you want, escape. But anyway, the game itself involves all of these little tasks to build to a bigger picture. There's a guy in it called Mr. Negative. You may think, oh, what's he negative about? Has somebody stolen his dog? You know, has he lost his job? What's wrong with him? The name Mr. Negative comes just from the fact that he was in some kind of explosion and now he's a negative of himself. Okay, so instead of being like this, he's a negative of that. So black and white, like a photograph. Photographs are wonderful, aren't they? Peter Parker's a photographer as well. Anyway, moving swiftly on, he causes havoc in the town. He has all of these minions doing his work for him, all triads, and they wear these special masks, and they've got all of this high-tech stuff that they kind of got swords that do this. Well, the swords don't do this on their own. Their hands are holding the swords that makes them do that. It's not a literal term. Alongside that, they've got special plasma guns and all these other things, and it's Peter Parker's job to clean up the town of New York City. It's confusing, it's New York town, but it's called New York City. It's a town, it's a city. Make your mind up, choose one. Upon doing this and clean this all up, he has many side missions as well. One of my worst, I'd say, missions is capturing the pigeons. Filthy, filthy beasts these pigeons are. They crap everywhere, they just fly into windows, but you have to capture them, and like that. You have to use your special goo stuff to get them all together. The character himself of Spider-Man is quite diverse in the fact you can get lots of different suits to do different things. I believe 28 different suits in the game that you can choose from. I myself have got quite a few of those suits, 14 at last counting. I got the special Spider-Man Noir, because it's all in black. There's just a little place here for my mouth so I can breathe, and a couple of eye holes. I was out in the park last week just wearing it, and I was arrested. I was told it wasn't the appropriate time. I said, look guys, I'm here trying to do your job. I'm here to capture the criminals. I was shooting them, the goo, and they arrested me, and I'm not allowed in that park anymore. That's okay. More parks in the sea, or fish in the sea, or parks in the fish and the park in the sea. Anyway, ridiculous. The characters are all well based. Dr. Octopus seems like a nice kind of guy, but there's an undertone of you wouldn't trust him looking after anything valuable for you. You've got Kingpin, who you kind of have to be on his side to keep the town in order, which I don't think you should ever side with a criminal. Peter Parker has different ideas. I'd say the pros of the game is it's really easy to play. It's really pleasing for the eye. You can swing literally from one end of the town to the other. You can also use a train as well if you don't want to. You can press a special button on a key joystick pad controller, and you're suddenly on a subway, and it takes you to where you want to go, which is fantastic, so you don't have to swing. I love swinging myself, it's great. Alongside this, it's just really fun to play. I would say that the downside is that it's not a game. You can't just play with yourself for a couple of minutes. You know, it's not just a quick flash in the pan. If you're going to do it, you have to control your time. You have to say, right, I'm going to play with myself for the next couple of hours. I'm really going to give this a good seeing to, right? And along with that, you just have to go for it. Lock the doors and just go for it. Just bang it out for hour. Go, and just finish. Okay? That would be my advice to you. Ratings. I had to think very carefully about this. Now, you guys know that I love sausage more than anything in the world. And I don't give my sausages away easily. I would say this is a 10 sausager, which means 10 out of 10, which is pretty much a perfect game. So my conclusion is, if you don't have the game, buy the game. If you don't want to buy the game, then just watch YouTube videos of somebody playing the game. It's the next best thing. Hold your controller, just pretend it's you, and then you save yourself a lot of money too. That is my advice, that is my review, and this is my goodbye. Goodbye. Mum, I want to have sausages instead. Changed my mind. Love a good sausage. Big one. Girthy.